Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this session, we are going to learn about routing in Node.js. So first of all, we'll understood what exactly the routing is. As we know that whenever we are running a Node.js program, so for that running that program, we are using a browser. Means by default, the program is going to open on any browser. So by default, path is like a local host then colon the port number, whatever the port is having, for example, 8000. And then whenever we are hit the enter, the default we are getting one page in any messages or any text that we are writing that we get on browsers. Okay. But in many time, what if we want to maintain a different pages? For example, first is like home page. When I write a slash home, then it will must open the home page like after localhost slash home, so the home pages get open, and after that I want to make some like about page. So when I hit the about, then about page must open, then like the contact pages. So whatever the slicing is done after this colon, so that is nothing but a routing. This concept is called as a routing. Means localhost colon 8000 slash home. When you enter the home page text will open. When you enter like about, then about page must open, then the contact, then contact page must open. Okay. If you take any project, you will find this kind of routing is done in the project, because project is not done on single pages, there are multiple pages maybe there. So accordingly the slash whichever the page name you are given, and accordingly that going to print this. If you observe the last program that we did, that is a simple program is there. Okay, as we started with the Node.js at a server-side scripting, so HTTP requires, this is what a model that we need. We externally created one server. In the based on request response, we are trying to print a plain text or something. Let's see, the response dot end means end with this messages. Hello world messages. Okay. Now what I want to do now, we want to make a routing. Make a routing means what, if you want to create a multiple messages, so that whichever the slash I'm going to give, if you run this by default program, so how to run the program, that we already know the node, and then our page is name is index.js. If you hit the enter, um go to the browser, and then you simply type the localhost 8080 or 8000. See, this is by default message we are getting the hello world, because there is a only page, and if you're trying to add anything as a slash, suppose I'm adding a slash contact, it is printing same message, because it there is no routing is maintained. For maintaining a routing, we have to write some code. So after these things, before writing the messages hello world, I want to create something, so I'm making one const variable, and here we have one URL. Yes, any variable you can take, and there is a one request dot URL is there. Okay. What this code means, this code means the whichever the URL request comes, accordingly you have to print the messages. For example, you know the if else condition. If you can take any variable here, but I'm taking the URL as the one for that understanding. If URL is equal to slash, suppose about. Okay. uh Write in single quote, because it is not an object, it is a single string. Whenever the in URL we are giving a slash about page, at that time I want to open some messages. So any messages, for example, you have to write some messages, and then accordingly end with the messages. So what for writing, res dot write, write, just give the simple messages so that it will be print anything. So I'm just printing, this is what, about page, this is about page, pag. This is about page. Okay, this is about page. Then end with this message resource dot request dot end. Otherwise, it will keep on finding the next request. So better way to end with the messages. Whenever I hit the slash about, accordingly it's going to print the slash about page, and the default it will going to print else part else. If there is no routing is present, then default print this hello world messages. Okay. Now just control C in terminate the terminate, then in the terminal, hit the again, go to the browser and refresh it. By default, the hello world message is printed. Then which page we are adding? About page. Now just observe slash ABOUT. See, so this is about pages. So in this way, routing is done. So now in this way, you can add the many pages. Suppose as of now, we are adding the about pages. So the about pages get open. And now if you want to like one more page you want to add. So just if else if you have to add else if later else else if it is about, then open the about page. And suppose it is a contact page, contact contact page, then just change the message this for a contact page. Fine. So now just one more time we have to run the program. So just control C is Node.js. Go to the browser, replace it as it is about page. So about pages and default page is hello world. And if you are trying to make the routing as like which page we have maintained, there the contact. Now see this is a contact page. Okay. So this is a simple routing is done in the Node.js. It's very simple. So by default, whatever the message that we are writing, with the help of this text plain contained and just printing the response.end with this messages. But if you want a different routing, so that time we have to make one object that is request.url. I mean any request is came from the URL based on the this thing. So accordingly that we have to call that URL, and whenever that request is come like this slashing after pages. So at that time you have to write the messages and write the request.end. So in this way, the routing is done in a Node.js. Okay, so this is very simple things that we have understood here. Okay, so the now next comes. So what if you want to add the HTML pages here? Okay, instead of calling simple like plain text, if you want to make some HTML files or some bootstrapping, if you want to call that, we are going to learn in the next session. Okay, in this session I'm just trying to explain the what exactly the routing is. The routing is nothing but a slashing thing, that whatever the browser is understood after the colon, which page you want to call or which text you want to call, just add a local slash colon after the slash, and accordingly you can get the answer or accordingly get your text. Okay, hopefully you understood guys. Okay, this is what a routing. Thank you for watching. In next video we are going to learn about how to add HTML pages and how to call them, like a lot of things we are going to see. So this is what a topic just about the writing. Thank you for guys.